Hello, it's John Lord here, doing a video about the garden surrounded by birdsong, and I've been told to say hello, and look at camera. Look at camera? That's not a camera, it's a mobile phone. Anyway, do a change short between shots, so you think you've done two different videos. No, we're not into that. And thanks for all the something. The thanks for all the something. It just says thanks for all. But anyway, that's the serious stuff out of the way. This was the last video. I had the battery operated hedge cutters, and I went over the Pampas, and we cut it back to here. And look at what's exactly more or less 2 weeks of growth has done. If you look at the center, you can see the center. That's what tends to happen. The centers tend to go sterile, and by right, if you could drill through the center and get rid of it completely. So the normal way is to dig the whole plant up and split it in a few pieces and put one piece back. But it's okay. These will come across. It'll be okay. And interesting, if you cut the Pampas back in the morning, we'd say at 9 o'clock, cut it back, and you come in the evening, you will see about 1 millimeter of growth in the same day. Okay, we're going to look at a different way of doing Pampas over here. And everything is coming out. Look at our Cotinus Grace. It's coming out finally. They got a bit damaged, the catmint, and the reason why was the never-ending rain of March. It just didn't dry up enough for them. We have a gap here. Well, we might, I don't know. We might just put some catmint here, dig some of that up and put it there, fill it in. And look at this as we're the size of that. I'm not great into staking, but you probably should stake those. Now, flowers of sycamore, and many trees are wind pollinated, but this is actually insect pollinated. That's not for now. We're doing a video. Next video will be on sorting all this out. I took that out. I went yesterday to take a little bit of that geranium which is taken over, and this is what I ended up with. But we're gonna plant that up. But not now. Second way of dealing with Pampas is to leave be, not cut it back to the ground. It's a little more time consuming, and what you do, that's why you wear the gloves. You have to wear gloves and just pull out. You can understand why people go for the nuclear option and cutting the thing completely back, but you would spend about 10-15 minutes getting as much that stuff out as you can. It's a nuisance. In the olden days, people used to set them on fire, but if you set them on fire now, you get fined. So that's gone, because they were only mirroring what happens on the Pampas, where Pampas grass would go on fire as part of a natural cycle. But you can no longer burn stuff, and it's time for these to come down. Twist, pull and twist. So anyway, I'm not going to do much more of this on camera. About 10 quarter of an hour's work. Well, we'll do one. And what will tend to happen, the new growth will cover over a lot of the dead thatch. The new growth will. So in a month's time, 3 weeks time, it'll look much better. But certainly, lads, next year you're for the chop. Short back and sides, or the buzz cut. Going to give them a buzz cut. And as I say, don't worry. In a day, you can actually see a day's growth. If you start in the morning, and by the evening, you can see the growth, and that's actually very kind of uplifting to see that. Now, everything's coming. This is people call this the wedding cake tree, and it's Mariesii, Viburnum Mariesii, Plicatum Mariesii, and it does, as you can see, that one does need space. It does need space, because if you don't get space, it will go up like this, and we want it to go out. And in the distance, we have summer snowflake. And that Pampas is Pumila, and in my opinion, it's the best general purpose Pampas to get. General purpose Pampas, go for general purpose Pampas Pumila. Go for the one called Pumila. Pumila is a Latin word for small. Now we're going to plant. Here's our pond. And it's not looking too bad. Some of the water lilies are actually come into flower. What are we, the second week of May, first week of May? Some of the water lilies are already in flower. We need to go in and remove some of the big baskets water lilies are on and thin them out. But every year I say I'll do it, and every year I chicken out. There's a Carex Bowles Golden, elata Bowles Golden, and there's a story behind that. He was a bit of a Bowles, Mr. Bowles. He was an Englishman, and he was a bit of a mad plants fella. You know, I don't know anyone like him. And he was going along in the train across the fens, lovely word, that fen somewhere. And he looked out, and there was a load of green Carexes, and he spotted the golden one. And I think he pulled a communications cord. He did something, and he went back anyway and made his way to the fens and got the golden piece of Carex. And every plant of that golden one is descended from the piece he saw as the train was going along out the window. Today it wouldn't happen because everyone's on their mobile phones. Nobody looks out the window. Now we took up this giant Miscanthus giganteus, or there's a lot of different names for it, because people like to see the turtles in the summer, and it was obscuring. So we took it up, and it's starting to regrow. Some of it's regrown. So we just take out and there's the edge of there's the liner. The pond liner comes to about here. Now, that could be planted anywhere immediately. I planted there actually, because we have a Pampas. We don't need a Pampas, do we? I suppose we could plant that there. That's interesting. Think about that. Got it all out. There's the liner. Don't damage the liner. Every bit. I wonder would it puncture the liner. I wonder, would it be strong enough? I don't think so, but we're not going to give it the chance. Anyway, there, and look at the camera. That's the Miscanthus up. And if you can see, there's a little bit of a hollow from when the rest was taken up. And if you in the background, if you can hear heavy machinery, it's because they are putting in the best part of 1,000 acres of solar. I was going to say wind farm, solar farm, all the way, long way, 1,000 acres. And we won't have our nice cornfields anymore. And see the what you call it, the combine harvester in a lovely autumn day, harvesting and all the dust coming up. It's so nice to see. It won't happen anymore. But anyway, that is progress, and that's the way of the world. Last bit. Always a bit you miss because you're talking too much. A little bit of work. Stop talking. See it? There's a bit, look, right in here. Yeah, that could have been ropey. Definitely getting too close. And there's our native purple strife and super plant. It self-seeds all around the place. Really, really nice. There it is again. Lythrum salicaria. Really good. It's one of the easiest plants to propagate from cuttings straight in. They root. That's because probably in nature bits break off and land in a wet spot and just regrow. Keep an eye on this grass as well. This is very called Gardener's Gator. It's a lovely name for grass, and it's native to Ireland, and it's the variegated form. It's a lovely grass. A little bit invasive, will grow on the edge of ponds, easily controlled. So we're planting our plant in here. First of all, get the gravel out. We have a bit of a hump here. Or more. Every big gardening job starts off as a small gardening job. Yeah, I think we're okay. Now this is what we're planting. Not for sale. We have to put out. I often dig stuff up and it's sold, not for sale. It's an Arum lily, Zantedeschia, and very good provenance this has. Carex, who fixes the mowers and sells the mowers, just decided, just where all he has all his mowers, all his bits and pieces, all his tools and stuff. There's a bit of ground, and this seeded in there, and I took a chunk, so it's completely self-seeded. It's not, I could call it Zantedeschia, Ratoath Garden Centre or whatever, but it's the bigger one. The one we normally sell is Cobra, the one developed by Christopher Lloyd, or found by Christopher Lloyd, and that's smaller. But we have space here. Gonna go there, and you look in, you see, about there. Now I found out about these Easter lilies. If they get tatty, you can cut them hard back to the ground actually in April, May, and they will still flower. We'll put them here. And let's just check the underlying soil. Look at that. That's perfect soil. It's that slight browny look, which means it's getting oxygenated. It's not that bluey look. You cannot get better soil than that in Ireland. That plant will hop out of the ground. Maybe here, maybe a bit more this way, it doesn't matter. Look, brilliant soil. People say to me, oh, I need some fertilizer for my shrubs, I want them to grow. And I say, you know the Amazonian rainforest, the big exuberant trees and the exuberant growth, what type of fertilizer do they put in that? Don't put any fertilizer on it. Well, there you go, you don't need it. Having said that, we sell a lot of fertilizer. And incidentally, This could be planted in water. It will grow in water up to about there. Here, it was just dug. It was just put in it. I only potted that about 3 weeks ago, so it hasn't done really much. Remove this lad. It's Taddy. Now just fill in. Still a bit high here, so bring the high down to the low. I don't think we need any more soil. Now, plastic is hidden. Now, let's do a bit of raking. First thing when you rake, get rid of the heavy debris. Or rather, not the heavy debris, but the sort of, the large pieces. Put them to one side. You just get in the way. Here we can see what we have. Still a bit high here. Push in. Get the debris again. And a few little weeds. If you're weeding with the rake, this corner here. It'll even get the creeping buttercup. All the debris gone. It's always the same, the high into the low. The high into the low. That's high, that's low. High to the low. That's it. And what you do now is you look to see, did I get all that Miscanthus? Did I get all the Miscanthus? I bet I missed a piece. Ah, yes. There's a piece I missed. The last piece of Miscanthus here, you see it? I think we have it, and it's getting tied up with the liner. Oh. I think we definitely have it this time. Now what we just need now, one more rake, starting here. And then we bring in, we have gravel. We just put a bit of fresh gravel, but you have to be careful when you're putting fresh gravel and old gravel, because you see a big difference. Fresh gravel is cleaner, so you have to sort of mix it through the old stuff, so it doesn't, you're not trying to make it look, you're trying to make it look the same. That's how to make a big job out of a little job.